Hello, everybody. Hello to another Space and Time podcast with
Nice.
Angela Yuroko Smith and Ryan Ozzy Smith, and I have a nice little curl going on there. It's a bit nice.
Yes. We can admit we've kind of been in goblin mode all weekend. Just chilling
Yeah,
out, working, playing games.
I don't know if chilling out is the correct terminology for super binging. I think Goblin Mode is the best description of what we were
Yes.
doing on the
Yeah.
weekend.
So we have been desk goblins, and it has
Desk
been
goblins.
glorious and wonderful. Wait till you see the calendar because it's amazing.
Yeah, see, your goblin mode is different to mine. You're like, yes, I got so much work done, and I didn't eat or bathe, but I worked and I worked and I worked. And I'm like, yeah, I bought a game for my birthday, and I played it and achieved literally nothing.
Well, you achieved
Nothing at all.
having a fun weekend, which is more than some people get. That's a beautiful luxury.
This
So.
is true. You could die tomorrow, so
Mhm.
play the video games today.
Exactly. So this is your helpful tip from Reading Space. Did I say temp? This is your helpful tip
That
and temp, your temp tip from Reading Space and Time today. Thank you
tip.
for attending.
Temp tip, just the tip. And hello, Jordan.
Hey Jordan, how are you doing?
Hello.
I'm sending you a message today, Jordan, on that Space and Time version of the open mic. It's on my list.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The list is long.
The list is very long.
The list used to be post-it notes stuck all over the wall. She pretty much had what is it, that insane like conspiracy theory type
Yeah.
situation, except without the you didn't quite get to the point where you
Oh
were.
yeah.
Did you
Well,
do that?
no, I remember I did add the strings, but that was actually for that story that I have yet to publish because it's on my list. The Edgar Allan Poe interactive choose your own adventure,
Yeah.
but we don't really say that word because of choose code, you know.
You had me worried there for a second. I'm like, you actually did have the strings, like the
I
red
did.
string.
Well, for that book, yes, because there was so many paths, and so I was like linking
Oh,
stuff.
the choose your own
Remember that?
adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, and we had
Yeah.
a workman come over to the house, and you know how you don't think you're crazy looks crazy until somebody else comes and you see their face, and he had that like really worried look, kind of like that workman when we invited him into the basement and we had your crypt built.
Oh yeah. My initial
Yeah,
attempts of
a sound booth.
a sound booth made of hay bales that I then coated in cement. And yeah, I made like literally a crypt, and
And a
also
fridge door.
yeah, well, it was a refrigerator that I cut the back out of that I found on the side of the road, so then it would have a sealed door, and then I'd climb through the fridge to get into the hay bale coated on the inside and out with cement, and yeah, it was
The murder crypt.
yeah,
I'm gonna, if you watch the notes today, I'm gonna share a picture of that.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
pretty
It
awesome.
was very creepy.
Yeah. And so one day we were
Yeah,
having an electrician and the thing is in the basement. Why is the electricity box always in the basement with the murder crypt?
I don't know.
That's like a trope. But anyways, he went into our spooky basement,
Yeah,
which was built in 1800s at
yeah,
some
in the
place. So it's very
1800s.
like kind of cool
It's
and
like
old and creepy.
124 years old or something at the
Yeah,
time.
a very old and awesome house.
Yeah.
But he went down there and he was taking a long time. So I went down to check on him and I just come down and he's just standing there staring at the murder crypt. And I was like, is everything okay? And he's just like, what is that?
Straight up looked like we made like a little like dog kennel for people
Yeah.
type situation.
But
Very weirdly creepy if you didn't know the history of it.
yeah, but I'm going to say if you do go into somebody's basement and they have a murder crypt and you're worried that there's a person in it or that you might be going there, don't stand there and then wait for them to come down and then ask them because that would be the prompt to put him in the murder
Oh
crypt.
well, yeah. I mean, he's obviously dead in a horror movie.
Yeah. I
Straight
mean,
up
like
dead.
he
You don't wait.
obviously was not a horror fan. Like ridiculous.
And I assume that you were like, cutting up pieces of bread upstairs, so you came down with a knife and
No, but I did laugh. That laugh that
that
sometimes makes people
that laugh that
nervous.
you just
Yeah.
did.
Because he asked that, I was like, huh? Oh,
Yeah, that is an
yeah.
evil witch laugh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And then I thought about putting him in the murder crypt since he was already there, but then it was like, then you can't do your
you need to
sound
stop
work.
calling it a murder crypt.
We have never actually had an active murder crypt, I'll say. They just look like murder crypts.
Exactly. Anyway, we digress.
Anyways.
So today we're going to be talking about a couple of extra stories that we
Mhm.
have in the magazine,
Yeah, we have an extra
152.
poem.
an extra poem this time. So the first one's going to be The Pleasure Models by Pixie Bruner. Then the what is it, Supremacist sonnet?
Supremacist. I can't say it, but Supremacist, yes.
Supremacist
A Supremacist sonnet.
sonnet by Gordon Linzner. The Artist by L. Marie Wood, The Violinist by Grace R. Reynolds, and Man's Best Friend Mourns by Jordan Francis.
Yeah, which Jordan is in the audience today. So, woo, we're going to be talking about your poem.
There you go. So I'm going to kind of skip to the very end. Man's Best Friend Mourns, did that like immediately give you worries? Because
Yes.
for anybody that wants to get anything in the magazine, never kill off a dog. It is the number one triggering thing that Angela just hates.
Yes.
So if you, if you have a dog death, you can kill anything else.
Well, no,
like-
animals, really.
Just animals in general, like people. Oh yeah, people wonderful. People are evil, but animals,
People are delicious. But
she doesn't like that. So
Yes.
that's the thing.
I'm not saying I would reject it.
Yes,
but
you
if
would.
I can't
You
read it,
100%
yeah.
would.
There was one that was rejected out of this last batch, and it was a great story. And then why the dog? Why the
Well,
dog? You could have
because-
killed the child.
No,
or
it's the
anybody
emotion.
else.
Okay, so
Yeah.
people love their pets so much. You have a very high level of attachment to pets. So it's just like,
The
yeah,
only friends I've ever had.
just like mention that the bad guy is thinking about, considering about like potentially doing that, and then you'll be like, I hate this bad guy. Yes, I'm so glad he died.
Yeah.
So like that's my
Yeah,
hint to you guys.
justice for that.
Yes. But yeah, I read that originally and I was like, oh, that might be a little bit
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a
for you.
really good poem, though. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to start with talking about that, or should we just keep it in?
Yeah, we'll keep it in order.
All right.
And hello, Sarah.
And everybody
alrighty.
else that joined.
And
There's a
everybody
bunch
else
of
that's
people.
joined. Yeah. Well, they can say hello.
Yeah,
And then we
yeah.
say hello back. I'm in streamer mode, so I automatically look. So I'll tell you when they say
Yeah.
hello. All right. So we have the first one, The Pleasure Models.
Yes. Let's talk
by
about the
Pixie-
pleasure models.
Pixie Bruner. So
Which, speaking of murder,
Mm-hmm.
as an adjective, that is what Pixie called the little girl robot that is with her title art. She called it the female murder bot. So that's probably why I've got the adjective stuck in my head today.
okay. What were your thoughts?
I really liked it. Pixie's always one that she's really good for experimental work. And also, she usually has like a very raw, like she can hit the notes. She can hit the notes that disturb you, you know? And so I feel like she hit them again with this story. This is actually an older story that we accepted before we went to Flash only, but it is actually a Flash, so it fit in perfect.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she's just been waiting a long time to get this published, and here it finally is. And it's a great story about kind of like the expectations that we have. I would say it's a feminist story. It has a lot of feminist elements in it. But just like that, you could do either gender. That expectation where you think your spouse or your partner or a boyfriend or girlfriend is there to please you, and kind of like what unspools from that, but from the object's point of view.
Yeah.
The object could be a human.
Yeah, two things that you said actually, resonated with me just then when you said that she likes to mix in things that make you uncomfortable. When I was reading this, it's kind of describing things that are very generically like, oh yes, I'm programmed to love, I'm programmed to do this, I'm programmed to do that, and then kind of the uncomfortable way of how it's presented when it continues, like, oh this doesn't really matter, don't worry about this. It's like, okay, that's kind of like AI or computing telling me what I should be thinking, as opposed to and it just it rotated through quite nicely between the that sounds pretty good, I wouldn't like that though, kind of like like reading through terms of service, and some of them are good and some of them are like, excuse me, you own my work forever, and you can change it and you can steal it and I can get banned from the no, I don't want that. So it's kind of like a strange kick in the teeth kind of thing, or a shock with some of the things, which was really, really good. When you said it was feminist, I was like, it's feminist, but it's also anti-fake feminist, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there was a section in there where it's talking about the feminists wanting the robots because we're better than men.
Yeah.
But then the men are creating the robots because they want better women.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
Yeah, it's like an ironic...
Yeah. So it is kind of that ironic twist. And I agree. Any religion, any political stance taken too far one way...
Yeah.
turns negative.
Oh yeah.
You know, because it's like, oh yeah, we're about the respect of women, but we've respected women as much as we can. Now we have to trample all other that aren't women. So it brought that up as well, which was good.
Inclusion should never be exclusion.
Yes.
For somebody else. Like you can't include a gender but exclude another gender.
I'm including them so much. Like it doesn't work like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But also it does gives me a lot of it kind of, I'm not dissing trad wives here, but that whole I am here to serve, but the emotional aspect of it from the point of view of the server, I thought was really good. So
so really interesting story and written in a weird way as well. Like it's kind of like multiple mini stories that are stuck together, but it works because it's an overview of the universe or the product or whatever the thing is,
back and forth.
So I really enjoyed it.
So thank you, Pixie, for sending that.
Awesome.
Glad it
awesome
finally
work.
got published. It's been a while. Thank you for your patience while we waited to publish this.
I'm gonna let you talk about Pixie.
Oh yeah, because then I also have another announcement about Pixie. Pixie's our star of the month because she just published Poems to be Afraid of. But Pixie Bruner, if you don't know, is a member of the Dread Writers Society, which you should definitely check out.
Oops, sorry.
And the SFPA, which you should also check out, Science Fiction and Fantasy Poetry Association. She's a writer and a cancer survivor. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia with her doppelganger and several deranged cats, and I'm going to say a collection of spider pets, one of which is named Angela. Just saying. She has weird things published in many fine places in multiple universes through space and time. This is not her first time with us, from Spectral Realms to Strange Horizons. Her 2-time Elgin-nominated debut was The Body is Haunted, and it does say here there will be Poems to be Afraid of. That just came out on July 22nd, and today we're also celebrating that her ebook is now released. And this collection is so graphically and graphic. It's graphic and it's graphically graphic.
I know
but
words.
There's no nudity. Not that kind of graphic, but it's a very intense layout. Pixie and I actually kind of got into one of those crazy art modes, and we spent, I don't know how many hours, probably about 40, probably over 40 hours putting a layout for each page, graphic, visual photos to go with the poem. So and so then good luck getting all that in an ebook. That's a huge EPUB, but figured it all out, got it working. As of today, this is now released, and you can, both books that I just mentioned, The Body is Haunted and Poems to be Afraid of, are from Opportunities Press. So we love having Pixie in the magazine and on the press.
And essentially, Poems to be Afraid of. It's all about phobias. It's about imposter syndrome. It's about scary things. And it's kind of funny as well because you look at it and it's like, oh, the fear of a color or the fear of this or that. Well, why would people be afraid of that? And then you look at another section, you're like, oh, this is terrifying. So it really,
it does hit your phobias.
It's like perception. Like if you like things a certain way, it goes to show that you could be afraid or things make you feel uncomfortable, and everybody's different. So really interesting book.
It was an interesting, as we were putting it all together, because we were triggering each other. I'd be like, things that didn't make me afraid, I'd be like, okay, so how does this, did I trigger? Yes, okay, let's move on.
So that's why it probably took so long. You're like, I just need a moment. I need a rock in the fetal position in the corner.
I just need
for
to
just
go
a
get
couple
some
of hours.
therapy after doing this page 29.
So that's why you kept walking around with punnets of ice cream going, don't look at me. That makes sense.
Speaking of goblin mode, that was definitely a goblin mode weekend.
All right, so
So,
yeah, check it out. I put the link in the chat there, so guys go and check out Pixie's new book releasing today.
yeah. Well,
Today,
yeah. Well, the print
22nd.
already released. We just released the ebook today.
Ebook.
So,
It's meant to. Oh, I'm on the ebook standard
yeah.
print here. There we go. That's all good. That's the ebook that I linked, and this is the standard print. All right, cool. So the next story is actually a poem by Gordon Linzner.
Mhm.
So, your thoughts on the Supremacist Society?
I love it. This is such a good statement on. I'm obviously not going to talk. We're not a political platform, but art, I think a lot of times has to be political in a non choosing sides way, like just point out what's wrong. And these things are eternal, like they're evergreen things that can be wrong.
Yeah, you look back
Like,
at Socrates and there's,
yeah,
there's
it's the
crap
same problems.
inequalities and different things like
Yeah,
that.
inequality is bad.
Not necessarily political, but like
Yeah.
socioeconomic. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think these days everything is kind of turning political. But this was, I love, this is what art is for, is to make the statements that we need to make and not be quiet and make them sometimes in code so that we can recognize what we're trying to say with each other. And then sometimes, like this poem, just kind of really brings it all out on
Yeah.
this is shit. Like, so, yeah, Gordon, I think this might actually be the first poem we have from Gordon. I could be wrong because usually he has stories, and of course everybody knows he is the founder of Space and Time back in 1966. So it's always cool when we get work from Gordon.
Yeah. And we don't like to play favorites, so we never took his poems before,
Oh
Just
yeah,
like, no. No. I was gonna make that joke, and then you're like, yeah, we took stories.
yeah. We have many stories of Gordon, but yeah,
Yeah.
I love the cleanness, the communication of this poem, the rhythm. A lot of times people don't like rhyming, like they'll just say, "Oh, these words rhymed." I don't like it, but there's a lot of craft that goes into that, and
Oh, yeah.
sometimes not. But this poem he put together really, really well, and yeah, I just really liked everything about it.
Some of my favorite poems are internal rhymes, where it just kind of like keeps
Yeah.
rolling forward, and it's like a snowball, but
Yeah.
like an uneven snowball that's going down the hill,
Yeah,
and sometimes
yeah.
it's big, and
It's a
sometimes
catch
it's
a breath.
yeah.
That little rhyme is
Yeah.
catching you, and
That's my favorite. It's like a lot of rappers do that sort of
Mm-hmm.
stuff, where they're kind of trickily moving the
Yeah.
song forward, which is very, very cool. But yeah, awesome work, Gordon.
Yeah.
Really interesting poem. Okay, The Artist by L. Marie Wood. I feel like I don't want to go down too far because that's like literally the whole story.
yeah, this is a flash,
Yeah, very
this is
flashy.
a flashy flash, very short. But yeah, this L. Marie Wood. Of course, this was an invite only issue while we could catch up a month then. And yeah, I'm still behind somehow, but it's okay. We're not going to talk about my time management skills.
Yeah. Like, unfortunately, you have to do this thing called sleep, and
What
like
is wrong with that picture?
she gets every single night. I go to bed at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the evening, or like in the morning, and I almost always get a very pissed off sound that comes out of my wife.
I'm usually joking. I only
You-
started the hissing as a joke.
I I also get told, no, you're not. No, you're not. As she's furiously typing as if it's like I don't know, like an exam or something. It's like pens down in 10 seconds. You're like, shit,
I can
quickly.
finish this.
Yeah, and
I
it
just
makes
have 10 more emails.
it makes me feel so wonderful and loved when I'm going to bed and I get like told off.
Yeah, I did stop hissing.
At least you don't call me like weak. You're just like angry at the fact that you now have to go to bed because you know
Yeah.
that me going to bed means that it's pretty late. And yeah,
I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at time.
yes. Anyway,
So, but anyways, yeah, El Marie Wood really like this. She goes, we're talking about the fake muse, and so she literally is talking about the fake muse in this one, the inspiration to create that may not be a very healthy inspiration. So,
yeah, I straight up didn't get that from this. Like I'm like, yeah, I understand it's about the fake news and this and that, and like I guess the metaphor of what this is representing. I read this and I was so swept up with the serial killer aspect of
Oh
it
yeah.
that is 100% what I focused on.
Oh yeah.
I completely forgot, like, because I reread these prior to us having this conversation about the stories, and I remember initially when I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, fake news and everything like that. It's been like a month
Yeah.
since we had that as the
We have
topic
had
for the
many stories go through us in a month.
yeah. So when I reread this, I was just like, oh man, the description of like
Yeah.
a serial killer that's doing this and that, and taking out herself, and I was just kind of
Hmm.
swept up in the story and the
Yeah.
description, and also just a really interesting, somewhat romanticized description of the murder and
Hmm.
why, and like the obsession
Yeah.
and everything like that, which yeah, in artistic works as well, it happens like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's where I got caught up in this, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
It
I
is a
like.
very good, like descriptively as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very Dexter vibes
Yeah.
coming through.
Yeah. So you've watched Dexter?
I did a few times. Yeah. He's not my hero.
It's not Dexter vibes. If anything, it's Hannibal Lecter vibes,
Well, yeah, I was reminded of
or
the
Hannibal the.
the I
Yeah.
think it's a Dexter, right? Where the guy creates in silos or something, and it's that's what
Yeah.
I kept
Okay.
picturing, kind
Okay.
of
Yeah. Serial killer
artist.
in unison with Dexter, and I was thinking
Yeah.
of Hannibal when you've got the other serial killers as well. So it's like all of the serial killers that are like the best ones are always the
Hmm.
meticulous, boring ones that are always
Yeah.
like plastic sheets and everything like that. The ones
Yeah.
that get caught are the ones that are like, I'm gonna make a totem out of people's bodies and heads and stitch them together and
Yeah. Very
do this, and
flamboyant.
yeah.
Which interesting side note on real serial killer lore.
Mm.
I attended police writer police boot camp or something
Oh
like that, like
yeah,
ages
yeah.
ago.
That was interesting.
Yeah, but we actually got to have a seminar from an serial killer hunter, like a detective.
It's like a
Yeah,
criminologist.
criminologist. Yeah, I guess that's a better word than serial detector hunter.
Yeah.
But she was talking about how we know of, like everybody knows the same names, um, but there's many, many, many serial killers apparently, like so many that, and you just don't know about them because they don't get caught.
Mm.
And I thought that was such a chilling and interesting thing. She said we only know a fraction of the names. So in the United States, we might have like 5 or 6 that we really talk about,
Mm.
but there's hundreds and hundreds. And I was like, whoa, so really be
Yeah.
careful of, you know, who you know.
Yeah. On the flip side of that as well, I believe that they said like they almost exclusively go after like lower socioeconomic,
Yeah, because
like
it's easy victims.
homeless
Yeah.
and prostitutes and those that are in illegal fields and things like
Yeah.
that, because it's easy pickings and they are hard to track.
Yeah.
Or at least the successful ones do.
Yeah.
So that's
Statistically, though, I think
beneficial.
what that also tells me is we probably have all met a serial killer before.
Yeah. Most likely.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at me like all creepy and weird and stuff.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
am I meant to be the serial killer, or are you trying to say like, is this you coming out?
We've probably all met somebody
Yeah.
before, but now.
Yeah, as you're holding your little art piece and you're like, this is you. Anyway, Angela has a thing that she wants to show.
Oh yeah, this is show and tell because we didn't start out that way, but I was doing show and tell.
Actually, let's finish
Oh,
up
okay,
with
yeah.
El Marie Wood. So we really enjoyed this.
Yeah, this was a really good one.
Yeah, and I'll let you read that. I'm not good with reading today.
Yeah, that's okay. Celebrated psychological horror author Elmarie Wood is the winner of multiple awards, including the Bram Stoker, the Golden Stake Award for Literature, the International Impact Book Award, which I just heard the Golden Stake Award is not doing it anymore. I guess last year was their last one. So, RIP Golden Stake Award. She's also a MICO award-winning screenwriter, an Eglin Award finalist poet, an accomplished essayist, and a playwright. Wood has won over 50 national, international screenplay and film awards. She has been published in groundbreaking works, including the anthologies Sycorax's Daughters and Slay, Stories of the Vampire Noir, as well as industry staples such as the Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction and Nightmare Magazine, and in multiple languages. Her papers are archived as part of the University of Pittsburgh's Horror Studies collection. Wood is the current president of the Horror Writers Association and the founder of the Speculative Fiction Academy, an English and creative writing professor, as well as a horror scholar. And you can find out more about Elmarie Wood at elmariewood.com. So thank you, Lisa, for doing this.
Yep.
Yeah, it
All
was
right.
a great story.
So you said that you wanted to show a thing.
Show and tell, yes, because we started out that way, like with the carrot. Remember my surprise carrot? So I really do like show and tell because it gives really interesting screenshots. So here's the screenshot. Yay! Now, this is an original art by Liara, who is my granddaughter. I guess our granddaughter.
I honestly didn't know why you were bringing this in. I'm like, what is the purpose of this? I thought you did it, but
No, this is Lily's art. So thank you, Lily. We love your art.
okay,
She is an artist.
perfect.
Anyways.
And you do that specifically for screenshots.
Yeah, so that we can have an awesome looking thumbnail.
Okay, perfect.
Because otherwise we would look boring with black and the black background. And
There's squares, there's white.
Oh, that's true. That's
It's
true.
fun. All right, The Violinist. This was cool. I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, really rich stuff in this issue, like visually rich, the descriptions and stuff. So yeah, this was a very the word I'm trying to think of is visceral. Like this is a very visceral issue.
Yeah, it's very descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
It's very visceral, pungent in its descriptions. Like anything that is bringing in the four, five, six senses that you have cooking along, and you feel immersed in the story is doing very, very well. I'd say that's one of the biggest things that I like personally about your. Why is this not zooming? Things that I really like about your writing is that who cares about the characters? I'm the character. I'm there. I'm feeling. I'm smelling. I'm tasting. I'm touching. I'm hearing. I'm experiencing this moment by just reading words. And anybody that can do that is very, very talented. And I believe Grace did a very, very good job.
Hit it. Yeah. And it was such a good piece to follow Elmarie Woods because they both are very visceral, very rich.
Very serial killer-y.
Yeah, very serial killer-y, but also in that beautiful way of like there's viscera. I don't think that's the right
Viscera.
word. Viscera, thank you. Viscera spread across the floor, but I'm describing it in beautiful, vermilion and crimson and the ruby drops and things like that. Very pretty.
Enough to make you feel like you're not actually talking about something horrific.
Yeah.
And you're seeing things from the sick mind of somebody that enjoys that, which is always interesting.
Yeah, it's a matter of POV if it's horrible or not. Horror is a POV. It's a personal perspective.
Like the quote from Jordan Peele, for anybody that watches, I think it's like Jordan L. Peele or whatever his name is, the comedian from, he's just a comedian. And he's been very effective at horror. And he says, horror is just comedy. You just change the music. And it's like, in a lot of comedic things, I mean, why do people hate clowns? Because you put horror music to a clown like chasing somebody around with a spray bottle and it turns horrific. Yeah. It's like scary as anything. You put anything with a slight hint of malice to it and it can be genuinely scary. Yeah. So he said like, it's comedy on set.
Oh yeah.
I mean, have you ever like seen like It or something like that when they're taping it and it's like, and there's this idiot that's just making scary noises. From a distance, that looks stupid. Yeah. It looks very, very funny. But with the camera up close and in the right place.
And the mood music.
Yeah, very, very scary. So. Yeah,
chainsaws can be hilarious. Like somebody chasing somebody with a chainsaw if you put the right music to it.
Yeah, like the Benny Hill music.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But so this is a beautiful opposite because we're talking about horror being funny.
Yes.
This is like
it's not.
Yeah, this is horror being beautiful. Like she does such a fantastic job of describing all of this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, just at the very, very the start, her knobby fingers plucked gut strings perfectly tuned to create warm tones, rich and smooth like chocolate truffles filled with morose seduction. Like
yummy.
That's like referring to a sound as chocolate truffles filled with morose seduction. That's very, very
I
awesome.
want to eat those truffles.
You want to eat those truffles? Yep, absolutely. Anyway, really, really awesome work.
Yeah.
Very much enjoyed that. Man's Best Friend Mourns by Jordan Francis.
I love that. Well, and Jordan Francis, for anybody who doesn't know, runs our bi-weekly or every other week open mic in the Opportunities community, Opportunities Hub. So you can go meet Jordan in person and read with Jordan and hear poems like this, which, again, this is a very rich, descriptive poem. This is a longer one for us. Usually, we don't usually take them this long.
Yeah.
But he tells this whole emotional story of kind of what happens after the dystopia, what happens in dystopia. And it's a very sad and evocative poem. Like, I was there when I was reading it in the mountains, in these lonely places, with the dogs,
Yeah.
kind of, which isn't an unheard of place for me. I feel like I spend my time there.
And that's the thing is like, in dystopia, it is sad and it's lacking in civilization and things like that, but that also has beauty. So you can see it from a sad perspective, but there's also beauty in nature and things being reclaimed and relationships actually meaning something again, as opposed to everybody knows everybody now, everybody's all connected, but nobody has like actual friendship anymore because it's all fake, it's all artificial. Yeah It's clickbait.
Yeah, so this was a beautiful poem. I am a fan of Jordan's poetry. I frequently am checking out his blog where he publishes poetry. I'm going to say this is one of my favorites of all the poems. Yeah, that
it's
he's
because
written.
it had dogs in it.
Probably because it has dogs, but it's also a lot of his poems aren't speculative, and this is one of the first speculative poems I think I've read by him, and I really, really like it. So I think he got it.
So heading in the right direction, which is good.
Come to us. We have cookies on the speculative side.
Yeah, you ate them all on the weekend.
They're full of morose truffle.
Morose and gut strings. But yeah, really, really awesome job, Jordan. Very, very beautiful poem. And I'm glad that you didn't get kicked because you were talking about dogs and stuff. So yeah, really awesome work. Are we talking about this at all?
No, we can talk about it. It's not like a secret.
No,
normally, this issue, because we had an extra poem. Oh, and I should bring up, we had the extra poem because one of the poets, I swear I can speak. One of the poets it was like a kind of a cool story. One of the poets contributed his payment back to me so that I could take another poet. And at the same time, Jordan had just sent me this poem.
Yes.
I was like, I know exactly what you can do with this poem. How'd you like to publish it? Like today. Let's do the contract now because I'm on a deadline. But so then though I had two poems together. Yeah. And at the same time, I had an opportunity, like the means and the inspiration and everything, to write a story. This is the first time I'm being published in Space and Time, by the way, everybody.
Wow. And was it because I bullied the shit out of you to publish you in the...
Yes. It could be something to do with that.
Yes. You had a story that you wanted to tell, and there was a space, and you wrote this really, really awesome story.
Oh, thank you.
That I very much enjoy. So I highly recommend you guys check it out if you haven't already. Really, really interesting story. Kind of like an old fable... including animals and things like that. It's got
no animals die.
It's got well, actually, yes.
Oh yeah, actually,
a lot of animals died. All of the animals died, actually.
Oh, true, but you don't see it, so.
But kind of a classic fable type situation from your experiences in real life, dealing with people and represented as an allegory. So I really enjoyed the back and forth that we had on this story.
It was therapeutic.
Yeah.
Writing is therapy. So if you have something bugging you guys, write it out.
Yep.
And then publish it.
Yep.
And then when you get paid for your therapy, it's like really good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, wait, I didn't pay me.
You didn't pay you? It's fine. I could make lots of jokes, but I'm more focused on the story. But
Yeah.
yeah, you did a really amazing job
thank you.
on this. I very much enjoyed it, and I always like the classic animal stories that have like
Aesop's fables and stuff.
yeah, like it's humanized from an animal's perspective. So yeah.
Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah,
So I
normally we
think
don't publish ourselves in the magazine. We send our work off to other people. So yeah, every now and then though, well, obviously we've had it since 2019 and here's the first story.
Yeah.
So
yep.
I
All right.
enjoy it now because it's probably not happening again for a long
I think
time.
we are done for the day.
Yep. Yeah, so thank you for joining us, everybody, on Reading Space and Time. We have enjoyed the July issue.
Yes.
We are getting ready. Next week, we'll be discussing the August issue.
August issue.
I'm trying to quell the panic. It's not ready. It's not ready, but it will be.
Pushes me sideways and just runs for her computer.
I have work to do.
Yeah, that's what it was like this morning. But thank you everybody for hanging out with us today. Everybody that joined live and anybody that's watching our little podcasty thing in the video. These they're going a little bit longer than what we expected. We initially were going to do like 15-minute things, but we love talking about why we're selecting these poems, these stories. And what we're planning for the future, because things are just getting better and better.
Yeah, I think we didn't think we'd have that much to say.
Yeah.
Originally, so we thought these would be like 15 minutes, but...
Well, and initially, the reason that we started this podcast is somebody was listening to us talk about the stories, and they're like, wow, that's really interesting. Like, we didn't see it from that perspective, and we take this for granted. Every single morning, because we work from home, we're able to have coffee, and we just discuss things for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
And we just talk and talk and talk and talk. And usually these things come up and we're like, oh, we can kind of do something like that. And then people can, get a secondary perspective of the stories that we're selecting in Space and Time. We look at these very in a lot of detail and depth, and we take a lot from it. So for all of those who are selected or are to be selected in the future, thank you for giving us awesome conversational pieces over coffee.
We love doing this.
Yeah.
And wait till you see what's coming up in August, because there are some fan-freaking-tastic stories and poems.
Yeah, some really, really good ones.
Yeah. Like what we just had in July. So it continues.
You pointed like this, and I looked at it's like you're pointing to Lily's
like
artwork. No.
art.
We're done. All right. All right, peeps. We love your faces.
Bye,
Thank you for hanging out, and we will see you next time.
Next Monday.